Hello and welcome to Nature Days Outdoor Learning Resources, sponsored by the Gower Society. Now today we are going to try and create a dichotomous key. What that means is we're going to try and sort some things. And what we're going to sort is leaves. Now there's lots of leaves around at the moment. So the first thing you need to do is go and find as many different leaves as you can in your garden. Make sure you ask permission before you pick them. So make a big pile of lots of different leaves. Once you've got your leaves, spread them out, have a look at them, see if you can divide them into two piles that have things in common in one pile and things in common in another pile. So I've made my two piles based on the leaf shape. These ones over here are rounded or oval. These ones over here have got bits that stick out or have got spiky bits. Next, see if you can divide each of those two groups into a further set. I've got oval ones on this side and rounded ones on this side. Then do that same thing to subset your other set. These two I've divided into rounded lobes, these are rounded ends, and sharp, spiky or acute ends there. Next, see if you can divide any of those four sets into another set of different characteristics. Here, my oval leaves have been divided. These ones have got single leaves. This one has got lots of leaflets, so that's two other subsets. My rounded leaves have been divided into completely round and round with a spiky bit at the bottom, a bit sticking out. This subset with the lobes, I've managed to divide down into individual leaves. So now we've got all the way down to separating these into their individual leaves. And that's the end of the dichotomous key for this section. You may only be able to divide one leaf off at a time. Like this leaf here doesn't have any obvious veins, whereas all the other ones do. So that one has been divided off into a subset on its own. You could also turn them over to have a look for some characteristics. I've turned these over and these two leaves have got very prominent veins at the bottom and these four don't, so I'm going to divide them that way. Keep dividing your leaves by different characteristics until you have them separate, so you only have one individual leaf type in each of your subsets. You may have to start looking really closely to find the individual characteristics that divide them. So try and think about the exact shape. Is there any points? Think about the texture and how fat they are. Are they slimy? Think about some good adjectives you can use. And of course, you've always got the shape, but you can go and look at the colour as well, and maybe the texture, or if there's any individual textures along the edges of the leaves. When you've finished, you're hoping that each individual leaf is at the bottom of one of the branches of your dichotomous key. Then you could actually draw lines and try and work out a system. So this is what I use for my first sorting into two subsets. My next subset, next one, down to my last one. So keep doing that for each of your subsets until you've identified all of the characteristics of your subsets for your different leaves. When you finish creating your dichotomous key for your leaves in your garden, then why not have a look online, because there's lots of other dichotomous keys, and that is how we actually classify plants. So you could have a go at trying to identify your leaves by using those characteristics and following a published dichotomous key to find out what your leaves actually are called. I'd love to see any pictures of any keys that you create, and if you keep a photo as well, they're really useful so you can try and identify leaves in other areas. It'll be very interesting to see what characteristics you've used, because sometimes ones don't work, because you might say, oh, the colour, it's darker or lighter, but sometimes on one tree you get lots of different colours, so you need to be careful with colour. But I'd love to see any pictures of your keys. So please tweet them, #NatureDays or @DawnNatureDays.